Good afternoon and welcome back to yet another great episode of BroBryceGardens. You're probably wondering what I'm doing with a rubber spatula. Well, by popular request, you guys have asked that I share with you the feeding of my worms. Now, today's menu is some green beans, some old green beans. We've got some heads of romaine, actual entire heads of romaine. We've got some baby spinach in there, some eggshells, some coffee grounds, some old strawberries and raspberries, and actually, once I was done with the eggshells, I actually took the egg carton and cut it up and blended it up inside here, because these little guys, they love to eat old paper and recycled paper and stuff. And there's a lot of bacterial activity going on in here. It's actually developing bubbles as we speak, just after blending it. And today is 2 days before Thanksgiving 2013, and it's cold outside, and in fact at nighttime it's been getting down into the low 30s, high 20s. So once again, I wanted to show you guys the little igloo. I set up my tripod here, but this is a worm chalet here with these cinder blocks built up around it, and easily the cinder blocks have kept it 5 to 10 degrees insulated from either the hot or the cold in there. So during the summertime it was easily 10 degrees cooler. Right now it's easily 10 degrees warmer inside there with the activity from the worms, the composting activity going on. And anyway, before we feed them, we're going to have to uncover them. So I'm going to put you up here on the tripod with my handy dandy quick release. Got to remove these old shingles that I set up here. Just put a piece of plywood down on these shingles just to kind of keep the rain from totally flooding them out. I'm sure that it gets wet in there, but it's nothing to be worried about. So here we have the lid here, and I've got my thermometer here to show what temperature it is, and right now it's in the mid 40s right there in the middle. And if we move this out of the way, we can see that there's worm activity everywhere in here. So these worms are having a grand old time in here. It is a little chilly. I probably should feed them a little more often. So that is the last place that I fed them. Over here, it's fairly cleaned out. There's hardly any food left, remnants of food over here. So there's not as much worm activity going on over here. But the worms are lively. So I'm going to feed them over here in this corner. I'm going to dig out a little space for them. This is what I do every week, every other week. This is coming up on winter time, so I'm not feeding them quite as often because I'm not quite as active. So I've got my blender here, and I'm going to pull the blades up out of there. It's pretty dense in there. And when I'm not feeding them right away, sometimes I will keep this blender pitcher in the fridge just to keep the stuff from getting too nasty. But I'm just going to pile this high because I fed them quite a bit last time, and it's just about totally gone. This mixture is actually a little warm from blending it. And I haven't put any kind of meat or milk protein in here. The closest thing to protein that's in here is the beans and whatever remnants might be on the eggshells. Okay, so I'm saving this for my other compost bin that's in the middle of the garden barrel. Just going to go ahead and cover them right back up with the cardboard. As you can see, one of the cool things about having this amount of bedding in here is that there's not many pests. There's hardly any flies or anything around here. You want to have a lot of bedding. In fact, because of the type of bedding that I'm using, basically this is a mixture of corrugated cardboard and like paper bags that I put through the shredder. And they love this kind of paper that this stuff is made of, because it's got cellulose, and they love cellulose. And the cool thing about it is that if you don't feed them for a while, they still have this to eat. And while it's probably not their totally favorite food, they'd rather have some fresh vegetables or stuff like that, they will eat it, so they're not going to starve. And I put my meat thermometer back down in here, and the thermostat, or the thermometer, goes right up to 60, and it'll stay there probably until this food is gone, because all these worms are going to gravitate toward where that's at. Now mind you, the way I'm feeding them is, you saw that the thermometer was here, so I have a pattern. Each time I feed them in a new place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I learned that from the Garden Frugal Guy. You can find him on Facebook or at youtube.com/Garden Frugal. And he was teaching about, using 5 spots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I use my meat thermometer to know what kind of temperature it is. If that gets down, really, really cold, those poor worms are probably going to perish. And if it gets too hot, they're going to die too. But so far, they seem to be doing pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and pull up this level and show you what the underside looks like. Let's go ahead and get you real close. Right down here, and you can see that the worms are pretty lively down here. This is all worm castings down here. So this is prime fertilizer right here for using in your plants. You just spread it around on the top right there, just that stuff right there. Okay, and rather than do the one-handed fail technique again, let's go ahead and fasten you back up here on the tripod. There we go. And let's move this out of the way, and I'll show you what's underneath. You can see that there is a liner in here, like a paper cloth liner. Okay, and then underneath here, that's where the worm urine, the worm pee goes. Some people call it worm tea. And last time I did this was full, and there seemed to be 60 to 70 worms in there, and I thought they had drowned, but I dumped them into the garden barrel, and they all just disappeared right into the soil. So that was great. And I'm just going to drop this right back on top of there. Don't push it down, you might squish your worms, but just set it right on top of there. It won't do any harm. And you can see when I pull up the top here, there's a chunk of worm castings here, and the worms are on top of the actual container. That somehow fell in there. It probably fell off the next level down. But I'm just going to take this and put it over here in the corner so those worms can get back to work. It's pretty cold in there, and so I should probably be feeding them a little more often than once every week and a half. Probably should feed them once a week. And I'm thinking that I might move this into the greenhouse, this whole thing with the igloo and everything into the greenhouse, because it's starting to get colder. It might be a project for another day. So I'm gonna just seal that up. This is my main worm farm, where I keep the majority of my worms. And I'll just cover it back up with the shingles. I've got the plywood there, and I just cover it up with the shingles. One over here. do these strips over here. These ones that are falling apart. And then on top. Try not to leave too many gaps, but again, it's not like it's gonna get totally soppy in there, and even if it did, they're worms, they live through the rain. So that is my main worm farm. Let's take you over here to see the one that's inside the greenhouse. So there's the opening of the greenhouse, which is not totally sealed up yet. That's a project for spring when I actually get a door on it. So we'll take you over here into the greenhouse, where it's kind of a disaster right now. So I'm gonna have to like eliminate some of the hoarding going on in here. Alright, so here is my garden barrel. Here's some of my strawberries. You can see I'm not watering often enough, so they're turning a little bit red, and you can see the soil is sort of drying up here, and it's kind of dry. It's got a little bit of moisture to it, and most of the moisture is probably where the worms are and toward the bottom. And in here you're not really going to see the worms because they're busy down in the soil. I don't have a place or a tray where they'll show up right away up here. But let's just take the top off of this, and we can just feed them. I can show you the inside of here. They've eaten it almost all the way down there. So it goes down pretty far. You might be able to make out some of that. There gets to be sometimes a little bit of mold going on in there, but I don't worry about it too much. They clean it up. They have been cleaning it up every time. So I'm going to just put this right down in the tube. I try not to put any right on the soil because I'm going to let the worms take care of it, process it, and then they spread their castings out through the dirt. And right after this, I'm going to go get some water in a bucket and water this barrel. So this is what I'm using the spatula for. And mind you, you may freak out about me using a Ninja blender for this, but I don't use this pitcher for anything else. The pitcher and the top for this pitcher are only used for compost and feeding the worms. So we have another pitcher, thankfully, that we use for food. But it's the same blender, and it's great that it has so much horsepower, because that way it can churn right through these eggshells and power through these paper products and things that I put in here, leaves, and I've even put branches in here you saw before. So here we go. I think this is the last of it. There we go. Get all that down in there. And that's pretty good. And I think we're ready to just close it back up with this piece of PVC pipe. And good to go. Let me snag my camera off here. And anyway, I appreciate that you guys watch. Make sure if you like this video, make sure you like it. Share it on Facebook. Share it with your friends. You know, there's hope for people like me and you. I'm not a very good gardener. Like I said, I don't water this thing often enough. But it's getting to be fall, and I want to see, you know, what'll happen. These strawberries, miraculously, are actually, you know, they still have new growth coming in, even though I haven't watered it often enough. You can see some of the older leaves are dying, but there's new plants. Check that out. Those are the ones that my dad gave me, and I'm thinking that this barrel, I'm just going to have this be just a strawberry barrel and let the worms furnish it up. And I've got plenty of worms now to get another barrel or two going, and it makes me happy that they're doing well, even though the temperature is getting colder, a lot colder. Still doing well, still pretty lively. And so the consensus is I should probably feed them a little more often, but they are doing okay. So you don't have to worry when the temperature drops. Just it probably would help to keep them in a place where the temperature is a little more regulated. Inside this greenhouse at nighttime, it's easily 10 to 15 degrees warmer than it is outside, easily. The wind starts kicking up and everything cools down a lot, but it's also just warmer in here. The insulated, this is 6 mil Visqueen in here, and it's just a lot warmer in here than it is outside. And mind you, it's still not sealed up properly. Some of these seams are still kind of coming open. So I haven't really finished that part of it, and I need to support it better. Like you can see, this strut here kind of went into the ground a little bit. So I need to fix that and support it better. So my idea is to frame it in. I got a lot of ideas, and next spring be able to apply some of those. I think building a greenhouse was pretty industrious for me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you share this, Facebook it, like it, tweet it, and be sure to subscribe so that you catch the next one. Bye-bye.